Welcome back to Darkest Night, first edition. We're getting close to the end, and I've got some cunning plans for this episode. Let's hope they happen. Okay, the scout should have lost the secrecy. The end of last episode, she should be at 3 secrecy, not 4, because she ended her turn here with the spies, and they knock a secrecy off you. And so what I'm going to have happen first is we are going to have the scout going first. And so she's not in a location with the necromancer. She does not have the holy relic. Don't get an event because she's in the monastery. These guys don't affect you unless you end your turn here. So she's going to have one action. Alright, and for the one action, we're going to have the scout. She's going to move to the forest. We're going to gather all of our troops to the forest. So she will gain a secrecy back. So she's going to go from 3 secrecy up to 4. And now she's got a couple of really cool abilities that we better look at because we're going to be using them. She has Trailblazer as a bonus. Any hero in an adjacent location may travel to your location as a free action during the action step of their turn. We're looking at the ranger for that one. She also has Shelters, which she's going to activate right now. Activate in your location at any time. She's going to activate it in the forest right now. What does it do? Heroes there do not experience events. Deactivate and exhaust at the end of the round. So for this entire round, we're not going to be experiencing any events in the forest, which is absolutely awesome, I think, and it's going to help us out immensely for taking on the necromancer. So I think that's actually going to help us a lot. Oh my goodness. All right, that is the end of the scout's turn. Didn't do a lot, just moved basically. And now we have Wind Dancer, the Monk, and the Ranger to go. We're going to have the Ranger go next. He is going to, of course, take advantage of that cool ability, the Trailblazer. Any hero in an adjacent location, that's the Ranger, may travel to this location as a free... may travel to your location as a free action during the action step of their turn. So let's keep that in mind. Of course, he still has to go through the regular stuff here. Is he with the necromancer? Well, he is. He'll lose 1 secrecy from that, from 4 down to 3. Does he have a holy relic? No, he doesn't. He does have to have an event, though. So let's see which event he gets there. Let's hope it's not a bad one. He gets to battle a dark champion. Compared to the darkness track, well, it is at 14, so he gets a revenant. So he's either evading at 4 or fighting at 5. And failure as he loses a grace. He has 2 grace. Alright, I think he might try to evade because he has, actually, a pretty good ability to evade. Evade with 2 dice. If you roll a 6, you must move to an adjacent location, which is what he wants to do anyway. So let's roll 2 dice. To evade this guy, he needs a 5. So he needs a 5 or 6, rolling 2 dice. Let's get to the tray. Alright, 2 dice. He needs a 5 or a 6. And he gets a 3 and a 1. Which is not good. Alright, he's going to lose a grace then, which means he's going to go from 2 grace down to 1. Boy, we're getting down to the wire. Let's go back to the main board. Alright, it is now the action phase of the Ranger's turn. He's going to take advantage of Trailblazer from the Scout, which means he can move. He moves over to the forest. Doesn't cost him an action. So he still has an action. He's going to search. He's going to be rolling a die. Needs a 4+. Let's get to the dice tray. Alright, he's got a straight up dice roll. He needs a 4, 5, 6. And unfortunately, he gets a 3, which means he finds nothing. And that's going to be the end of the Ranger's turn. He already has a charm, though, so he can re-roll any die attacks once. We do have an Omen here. But we also have Shelters. Alright, let's go back to the main board. This is going to end up being a very quick turn because we're not drawing events, which is really cool. Alright, so that was the Ranger taking his turn. And we now have the Monk and we have the Wind Dancer. Let's have the Wind Dancer go first. She is not in a space with the Necromancer, obviously. She does have the Holy Relic, though, so she's going to go from 4 secrecy down to 3. And now the question is, do we... and she does not get an event because of Shelters. That's all good. Do we want her to attack the Omen? Let me think about this, and I'll come right back. I think she is going to attack the Omen. She needs a 6. If she messes up, we're going to get an event. We've been lucking out we're not getting any events anyway. So let's see what she can do for attacking. She's got 2 2s on her Wind Dance. We haven't used that in a while. which means we can re-roll ones until they're not ones. But we're going to roll one die and see what we get for this card. And what would be really nice is if we rolled a 1. But we roll a 5, and a 5 says you get +1 die. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so she's attacking the Blight. Alright, let's get back to the main board and I'll explain this. Alright, so she's attacking the Blight. She needs a 6. By rolling the 5, she gets +1 die for attacking. So she's going to actually now have 2 dice for attacking. She's going to spend the 2 off her Wind Dance card to re-roll 1s. So we need a 6, and we get to re-roll 1s, and we're attacking with 2 dice. Let's get to the dice tray and see if we can get a 6. And 2 things else to remember here. She does have the Holy Relic. That's going to give her +1 on her die rolls to attack the Blight. So instead of needing a 6, she's going to need a 5. Let's keep that in mind. Alright, oh, and by attacking a Blight, you lose a secrecy. She's going to go from 3 down to 2. Also didn't want to forget that. Alright, 2 dice. We get to re-roll 1s. We basically need a 5 or 6. Come on! And she gets a pair of 5s, which means she gets a pair of 6s because she has the Holy Artifact, the Relic. We get rid of the Omen. Awesome. And another Blight bites the dust. We get rid of the Omen. Now, that may or may not be a good thing, because the Necromancer, when he gets here, and I'm pretty sure he's going to end up creating 2 Blights. But we've got all 4 characters here to kick some butt. I hope in the turns to come. And that was the end of the Wind Dancer's turn. Up next is the Monk. So he's not in a space with the Necromancer. He doesn't have the Holy Relic. The Wind Dancer does. And he doesn't get an event because of shelters. It's all really good. So I think he is just going to go ahead again and do a search. He has the bonus of clarity. And he needs a 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just go to the dice tray and see if he can get a 3, 4, 5, 6 for a search. Alright, all he needs is a 3, 4, 5, or a 6. Oh man, and he gets a 6. That's 7 actually, because you get +1 for his bonus. Alright, let's get to the forest again and see what he found this time. Alright, let's get to the forest, draw a map card, and see what he gets in the forest. And this time, whoa, he finds an artifact. Are you freaking kidding me? He finds an artifact. It's the first time we've seen the artifact deck, which is absolutely freaking massive. It's been all shuffled. We get an artifact, and let's find out what artifact the monk just found. He found the Mask of Indignation. Ooh, that sounds awesome. You may spend a grace before making any die roll for +2 dice on that roll, maximum once per roll. Holy hell! So he's got this, he's got the magic powder, and a charm. He is going to be our Necromancer killer, I think. Alright, wow, that is really cool for him. Awesome. Alright, so that's basically the end of his turn. He's finished doing all of his actions. Up next in turn order, of course, is our Necromancer. So the Darkness track moves 1 to 15. Unfortunately, we get our 5th token now on spawning shades at the village. So we're going to spawn shades at the village. I got to read this a little more carefully. So the expired Shades Blight. So we get a Shades Blight, but instead of getting the Shades Blight in the village, because we have 4 here already, we're going to get Shades in the monastery instead. Pretty sure that's how you do that. So let's find our Shades, and the Shades then are going to go into the monastery because you cannot have 5 Blights. So again, we got 2 Blights now in the monastery. Ouch. But we're doing okay. Alright, now it's up to the Necromancer. We have a lot of people with very, very low secrecy. We have the Monk at 3, the Ranger is at 3, our Wind Dancer is at 2, and the Scout is at 4. And so, we're going to roll a die for the Necromancer. If he rolls a 2 is the only thing that is going to mess things up. 1 would go here, 3 and 5 goes to the village, and 2 goes, he might, if he rolls a 2, That's the only thing. He'll go to the swamp, which would kind of suck. Alright, let's get to the dice tray and see what he rolls. Alright, he's hunting for the pesky heroes. He rolls a 1. Okay, that's actually not bad. So he rolls a 1, which means he doesn't detect anybody. Let's go back to the main map. Alright, well the Necromancer rolled a 1. A 1 directs him to the forest. It's actually, I think, a good thing. So he moves to the forest where all of our heroes wait in ambush, we hope. But he is going to create 2 blights here because the darkness track is at 15. So let's, I guess, find out which 2 blights he's going to create in the forest. We're going to have to get rid of the blights and then attack the Necromancer with the Holy Relic and kill him. Maybe next time, if we get lucky. So we're going to get a red border, an Enigma in the forest. Oh, that doesn't sound great now, does it? Where is Enigma? It is this one here. It's a 4, though. +1 search difficulty, otherwise no effect. Okay, well, we don't care about that, I don't think. That one's actually not a bad one to get. Alright, 1 more blight in the forest. Then we get another, ooh boy, another stigma, and they do stack as far as I know. This time it's a 5 to get rid of, -2 default grace. So basically, wow, what does that do? That means our default grace for our ranger is 1, for our monk is 0, our wind dancer 0, and our scout is 0 default grace. But how we're ending off today, though, is we have the ranger at 1 grace and 3 secrecy. We have the monk at 3 grace and 3 secrecy. We have the wind dancer at 3 grace, 2 secrecy. We have the scout at 1 grace and 4 secrecy. We're gathered here now, and we're going to be, in the next episode, hopefully trying to destroy the Necromancer. We'll see if we can do it. The monk's got some really awesome stuff. He's got his chi all gathered up. He has a Mask of Indignation. I'm hoping that the other 3 can at least get rid of these 2 blights and then have the monk with the Holy Relic attack the Necromancer. Aye. We'll see if that's possible. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next time in what could be the final episode.